Let's do my potato salad, different types, I'll have the ones with the beetroot, I'll have the ones with the eggs, I know the ones with the chive, I'll do some with apples in it and grapes. I have different types of potato salad.
Wait, you say potato salad with grapes?
Yeah, it have that too.
Ma'am, no, don't.
Yeah.
I was giving you ratings until you told me that.
It have potato salad that have apples and grapes in it and beetroots and...
Where? In your house?
Should have done.
Serious?
If the man don't let you know where you stand, you better stand by another man. If he don't let you know where you stand, you better go find another.
Welcome back to the Therapy Lounge. My name is Dr. Jadel Soca Prince, and this is where we, unpack real stories and journeys and real healing through conversation. So if you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like the video, turn on your notifications so you never miss an episode. And to me, this one is really special because I have a very talented, incredibly talented artist straight out of Trinidad here. And we're going to talk about music, creativity, personal growth, experiences in life. So I just want you to get comfortable, relax, and let's get into this conversation. Welcome to the Therapy Lounge and my special guest, Jadel. How are you doing?
I'm fine. It's a pleasure to be here.
Welcome to the cool.
Yes, it's very cool. I miss the snow. I was hoping to get some snow. I like snow,
Serious?
Yeah, I like never see come see. In Trinidad we have no snow. So when I come here and I see snow on the ground, I say, hey! Yeah, I wanted to do a little content. But however, there's still snow on the ground.
You have time for that content.
Yes.
We go shoot more content here in YouTube,
Yes.
So for the people who might be just discovering you for the first time, who is Jadel in one sentence?
Jadel is a artist out of Trinidad and Tobago, not limited to soca, but yes, by profession soca. And I bring the dance factor, the sass, the wassiness. I'm a fun, playful, energetic, vibrant artist. Also the breakout artist, Soca Monarch for 2016. Still up and upcoming. And yes, I'm here to stay.
Nice. The best sentence ever. So I know you describe, in the past in interviews, you've always said that your music or your sound blends more than just soca, as you mentioned just now. You're like, it's not just soca. You would say you bring in elements of R&B, everything together.
Yes, I do. I do authentic, organic soca, pure soca, but I love the ones that reach a lot more, would be fused with dancehall together with R&B together with a little bit of Afrobeat soul fusion in one, and those were the ones that would give me 8 million views, make me reach on BT jams. Just me that it pushing towards that mainstream platform.
Yeah. So let's take it back to the beginning. So when I was doing the research, I think it said that you were singing from like 9 years old or something. It was like real young.
Yes. I grew up in a religious background. 7 Days Adventist, if you please.
Okay.
Yeah. Very, very strict.
So what, like church choirs, that kind of vibe?
So it started off in the church choirs. Then I started off, then I was in school choirs, represented my school in the National School Music Festival.
Okay.
That is, doing first soprano. So it's actually a first soprano singer that's like the Mariah Carey's and them.
Yeah, that's like high note and thing. Yeah.
Yes. And I went across to do weddings, graduations, doing different genres of music, different styles. Then I went to different casinos as I got hired, and I was very prominent, and it was almost every night. It would be Mapo Island Club, this casino, that casino, where I'm booked to perform for a 20 to 30 minute set. Different genres, pop,
like doing
R&B,
covers.
cover versions.
Right. Okay.
That was my strong point. So actual singing was where I started, and then the band Surface and Traffic discovered me.
Oh, I remember Surface with Tony Prescott.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, wicked. So this was way back then. Because
Yeah.
I think when I first met you, I think it was outside of like an army fete. You were there with another female artist at the time. And we talk a little bit. And then I started to hear your name pop up and you were doing the soca more.
Yes.
But for you, when did you know like music was more than just a hobby? Because it sounds like you were getting gigs from young. Like,
Well, yes. So I always loved soca music, but I just had the dream that I would be the next Mariah Carey.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
In my wildest dream in the bathroom. But I saw it come into play when, everything just happened so unexpected. I did not plan to be in the church choir. I was forced to be in the church choir by my mom.
Okay.
You understand? Not that I wanted to do that. I just thought that it was going to be just a wild dream with me that stayed in my bathroom. But however, my mom forced me to go in the choir, and then they forced me to do a solo. So then it's the same thing with the school. I got picked to sing for punishment. You understand? For punishment, because nobody wanted to be singing in no school choir where I was whatever, and I was misbehaving. I was in the back. I was doing the most, and the teacher said, "You can't get up here and sing a line," and everybody go whatever. And good shame, and that was like, oh my God, that was punishment for me. You understand? I had to stop in front of everybody to sing a line. Everybody laughing at me, but when I sing, apparently they was like taken back. I see everybody start to clap, and it was like, I said, okay, what they clapping for?
Right.
Because I not even thinking about how I the song when it's sing, but they saw and they heard something that I could not detect.
Yeah.
And I was placed to be, I was representing the school from next thing as the lead, representing the school Newton Girls for all the schools in Trinidad.
Nice.
In the school music festival, placed in the finals. I was sick though. I got extremely sick when I reached down to the top 5, so I didn't show up for the competition.
Okay.
I ended up in the hospital.
Oh,
but
shoot.
that was it. But I reached really far.
Wow. And I mean, I'm glad you're okay. I mean, obviously that was a long time ago, but I'm glad you come full circle and enjoying it now. And I think for me, what is impressive, because I remember seeing some of your process when it comes to creating music.
Yes.
And you're actually hands-on in writing a lot of the songs you sing.
Yes, I do write.
Yeah, it's not just people always presenting you, right?
No. I have never received much success from anyone that has handed me a project. It has always been the biggest songs that I've had and pushed forth and toured the world with. I have written myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when creating a song, for you, what comes first? Do you have the melody, the lyrics first?
Melody.
Okay.
One formula all the time. I cannot create a song with a concept who say, you know what, I'm going to write about a light, or I'm going to write about Dr. J. It won't work. The melodies is going to come. Even I'm going to be talking to you right now, and a melody would come. I'd say, excuse, I would take my phone, voice record, la 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 la, put it down, and go and tack back to it after, so I won't forget. The melodies to me is most infectious because I like when I hear a song, my pores must raise. For me to detect when I like a song, I must feel the melodies. I love variations and stuff. So if I'm writing on concept, I'll just be more focused on the lyrics, on lyrical content.
Right.
But the feeling of it wouldn't be there for me. So some people listen to music different. They listen to the lyrics. I listen to the melody first. I won't hear none of the lyrics. I need to hear the melody and how it go, and then I'll say, all right, well, what they say now, because that's how it is. So
and then you build like the beat around that, or you would just apply that to whatever projects you get.
I build the beat most of the time, or so it's different projects. I will write from scratch, do the melody, do the lyrics, then present the producer, build the beat. Sometimes I did it myself because I did audio engineering. So because I did audio engineering, I'm able to produce, mix, and master. I did that because of songwriters taking advantage of artists like myself, newer acts, that will just exploit them and give them mediocre stuff for spite and charge them a pound and a crown. So that's why I hardly seen people just busting, because it's like they're taking so much of advantage. Like we
What
don't
do you
have
mean, like
the
behind the scenes? Like you're talking like money-wise, like...
Yes, they will charge us like at 20,000.
Oh, geez,
and know
okay.
that the song not gonna go nowhere. But the new artists won't have the air. All they know is that this songwriter wrote for big artists. He wrote for here, there, he had this road match and whatever. I go in and I trust in the songwriter, and I will take a loan if I have to pay the songwriter 20,000 to get this monster that they say is a monster, when everybody who have the ear know is pure tata.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that was one of the reasons I did audio engineering, because every time I was receiving songs from people, and I did take a loan, I'm speaking from experience, and it gets zero airplay, and everybody was like, who do that wickedness? Would they charge you that for this? What? And I depressed because my money going to waste, everybody laughing at me, and I have a loan to pay back for this song. You understand? That was not nice, and that's what they do in artists now. That is why you're not going to see so much people busting easy and coming out easy unless they have alliances, team connection with somebody who really genuinely care, and they're part of an alliance, and everybody is professionals and have a ear.
Right.
So it's not just talent that is going to get you by right now, it's connections, it's who has your back and supports. You understand? So that is the reason why I did audio engineering, because everybody was telling me about the mix. Oh God, who do you mix? I mean, what is a mix? I don't know what mix mean.
Right.
What is that? Like, what all you hear that I cannot hear that the mix bad. I say, you know what? That is it. Now I was studying law, and I realized that since I joined the band and I started this newfound love for the soca. No, as I say, I always love soca, but because I started being in the band, right? I never thought that I would have taken it so serious as a profession. So I say, since I'm already there and things is looking like things is turning out to be lovely, I said I need to do my part. And if I'm serious, I don't want anybody to exploit me. I can pay back for my loan. So I have to go and take my little money, invest, do audio engineering, learn to mix master, so that nobody could tell me about my mix song and bad.
Yeah.
And since then, I ain't got a complaint about my mix. I never get a complaint about my mix, because I now get an ear of what something should sound like potentially. However, I'm unable to, for some strange reason, get enough support from the heads, like people in the industry that could have weight and say and whatever, because as I told you, there is a level of support that you need to get by, and no matter how much big your song is, you could have a very good potential song that could turn out to be, for instance, a monster. Without that support, it would stay right there. Because in my opinion, nothing is truly a monster without support. Because they can have that song. What is to say what is a monster? I'm not saying it do have seriously horrible songs and seriously good songs, but how much great songs you could see that never get played at all, right? And could have potentially be something. No, there's you must have the ear to know what song could and what song could be a filler, what song could be, there's different levels. Just a popular song, what song could have the potential to be that song grand, that could be big. And you can have that there, and if nobody knows you're following, you're in trending, you're making no noise, nobody knows you're doing the most, nobody cares, nobody taking you on, it's gonna stay right there. If it is you now, is a nobody knows, and you send your song to blast out on the email, nobody care. Nobody right now, they're not checking emails, they're not checking the blasts, they're not checking a lot of things. You have to have some proper contact to directly let the DJs know, to check the email, listen. Some DJs would be like, you send me this, I didn't see this email, until you start making noise on social media or going viral on TikTok, or some viral thing happen where you attach your song and you have to do the most in order to raise awareness of your song. So this is how it is this era, right? That's just how it is. So I'm not gonna say that a monster is hard to come by. I believe I had songs that could have been potential monsters, but that lack support and I lack the know-it-all and the connections.
So give me an example. What is like one of those songs that you feel could have been a lot bigger than it actually was.
Like Deserve It All, right? That has 8 million views. It made international, whatever. But in Trinidad, it got 0 play.
Right.
Right? Lack of support. But yet outside
They
circuits,
heard something
They heard
and-
something
right.
where it was being, like, I mean, for a new artist on BT, 8 million, but it didn't play in Trinidad. Why is that? You understand? Other songs that I have had that blow up away, like outside. I wouldn't say blow up, but it did its best to where I could have reached and known, because I was not prominent on the socials much. I was not on TikTok or anything. So this was just based on, it being placed in playlists and stuff, and whoever hear it, being in love and falling in love with it. I had Up in the Party. That was a very popular song. But I'll be honest, this is why I know that Monsters is not true in its sense without support. I would have this song there and nobody would take it on, right? It would not get no play for whatever. The song wouldn't just come out just start to play.
Run, right. Okay.
Exactly, right? Nobody knows it's existing. They go and run for the bigger artists on the rhythm. They leave me out. They won't give it a hearing because of who you are, right? If it was a monster, in its sense, like if you say, people think that a monster is, as soon as it come out, everybody jump on it. But that's not the case, right? Why is it didn't get play in the stats? Why is it that DJs was leaving it out? They wasn't giving it a hearing. They even have it in the email, okay to even download it
Right.
and stuff. But it was there. It was a good song, right? I had to go and do the most to get awareness, to open your email,
Right.
check out my song, listen to it, be a pest, be a nuisance, be a gosh, like people saying, oh God, I fed up, like, I had to do the most, but guess what? It ended up being one of the biggest songs on the rhythm
yeah.
above other artists that was on it. But I had to do the most,
Right.
If that is the case. So it's not that I didn't have the potential to have a monster or anything like that. It's just the support wasn't there.
Right.
And things could happen if it is you have the support. If I had the support probably before, it could have gotten bigger. It just came out late and I did what I could have done. Same thing with Shake Up. All my songs that have enabled me to tour the world, I'm talking about places like Switzerland, Berlin, Belgium. I've visited places. I'm blessed and lucky to visit places and tour the world more than a lot of artists that has been out here with the support, right? So yes, I had to do the most. I had to shake up my body hard, front and center, right? Get some attention. But
Right.
they wasn't going to throw
you know
for
what's funny?
Jadel.
Yeah, but you did that with intention. Like you knew what you were doing because you knew this
to
would
make
bring
some
the
noise.
attention and it would make noise.
I had to make
and it
some
would go
noise.
viral and it would catch people.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly, and then why they fall in love with it? Why am I able to now visit, go Japan, Singapore, Brazil, these places that I've never dreamed of going? Soca is taking me these places with my song, and I am being one of the most booked artists out of Trinidad because almost every weekend I would have shows but I still have a disconnect with Trinidad and I'm not upset about it. I put all blame on me due to my lack of know-it-all with social media marketing. Is concerned,
Okay.
right? And which if you see on social media now, I am making an effort, coming out, showing personality, bringing me, myself, Jadel to the forefront.
So there's more connection with you,
there's a
with the
more
audience,
connection so
right.
that you would draw from my music faster than who is Jadel. I don't know. I don't care to know what she sing because whatever. But if I develop a personality with everyone, just a connection and a vibe and an energy, and you like me for me, you would actually go and check out my songs, and my songs would get better traction. And I see it's working because since I've been doing that, let me say my song was playing like here, since I started putting out the personality and making my little being me, I see an increase in airplay with it, right?
So what do you think is the difference
Come take
between the, I guess, public artist Jadel and the personal Jadel behind the scenes? Is there a big difference between the two? Because I know now you're saying you're trying to get more of the personality out there. And I guess before you were just...
There's not a difference. There's no difference because I've been told I'm quite a funny person. And if people know about this, if the people know this side about you, they would embrace you even more. But I was shy to bring it to the forefront because I would not just go on a camera and record myself and whatever and be me. But the people who know of me would see a whole different side than as to what they would see on social media. How I appear to be on social media is polished. Like if I'm born with a gold spoon in my mouth. Privileged, apparently. That's the people's perception of me.
Okay.
Miss Prim and Prissy. I don't know how, I don't know why, but maybe I was just going forth to show maybe not perfection, but trying to be polished and looking nice on the grams, you know? I wouldn't come out looking busted and I wouldn't do real thing with bonnet and curlers in my hair where other people would show that side. But they love the camera and I would be so busy with my daughter. I will have my bonnet and stuff, but that will be off camera. And I'm so focused with my 7-year-old daughter that I wouldn't have the time to go and do the TikToks and the dance and the coloring and the whatever. But I've realized that if I really have to take this, there must be a balance. I have to balance my daughter, I have to balance music, I have to balance bringing myself to the forefront. Personality-wise, that's the only way your music could be, embraced because they will now have a connection. Yeah, and I've seen it working. And I've also started singing more songs that I realize my style is authentic, wine and jam. It's just me, right? I just stuck on that Alison Hines, Denise Belfon era. That's personally me. I love that style. I love how Denise used to bubble. I love how Alessandra, I want a man come and write my rhythm. I really like that. So you'll hear jam somebody, boy, if you're sweet like sugar, you get snatch up. It will be that vibes. Up in the party. Up in the party all night, cocking back and then run. Boy, you could time with it. So it will have that
same energy.
I'm trying to get I just love it. But I mean, everybody have to evolve, show versatility, and challenge yourself. And I'm not just I can't just sing that. I can sing R&B style music. So that's the reason why you'll see that I do a little GBM crossover style with showing some vocals, because I started to get... She's not the best vocalist because why? I'm choosing songs that don't showcase vocals, because when I
it's wine and jam.
It's wine and jam. So when I go on a stage and I studying to get hype and studying to get people crowd support, I studying. I forgetting about the actual singing. I hype and I shaking and I bouncing and I whining out the whole song from top to finish, right? So, as I say, it's all about strides, growth, development, learning, and I'm learning, and I've realized where I went wrong with my mistakes. It's all, as I say, it's all a learning experience.
Yeah.
So while it worked for me, I now want to use my platform to elevate myself and show versatility, show that I can sing still, show that I can be versatile, do songs that I love from the heart, and still show personality, bring more realistic songs out. So let's say I did a song called Stand By Another Man. Prior, I wouldn't have done Stand By Another Man. I would have done In the Party, Jam Somebody, just wine and jam, typical by the truck. This now I'm putting topics in it. I'm showing more how I really feel and how I speak off air when people is not around,
You had a couple of songs like that in the past. You had Garbage Bag was one. You had a next one.
Yes, Garbage Bag.
Yeah, you had a couple with that same kind of vibe.
But when I did it, because it didn't really take off or anything, I'll say, okay, well, that is not for me. It didn't work.
I see.
But I'll say, you know what? Never give up what it is you're good at. Keep at it, because if the moment you rest it down, somebody gonna come and snatch it up and blow up. Right? So when I will be going down that vein and alone in that vein. And while people would critique it and say, oh, that is the nonsense she's singing and whatever and stuff. Look at raw, because it's raw, you know, and it's thing. That's all she have to offer. Sex appeal. Look at the thing, and she have a child. So don't think I won't get criticized. But we have to now realize what works for us, and if we should take that advice. Sometimes you take the advice and you listen to them and show off your whole game. So I wouldn't go and venture into that space anymore based on what someone said about me. I'll change. I'll go back to being safe.
Right.
Then all of a sudden somebody will just blow up out of the blues.
Based off of that image.
And they did the same exact thing that I didn't continue. You understand? So that's what I realized. I'm going to be very mindful of the advice and do what I think resonates with me best, because no matter what they do it, they're going to talk bad or they're going to talk good.
Right. And you got to be authentically you.
Yeah.
Right? And it's a delicate balance, because as a woman who has a daughter,
yes,
you don't want to put too much out there.
Exactly.
But as you say, you still have to be you. And
yes,
if that is what you are comfortable in and you look great at it,
yes,
then what's the scene? Right?
Yes. So I would realize that a lot of people would use my sex appeal to degrade me, to use that as an excuse and a reason to not support, to say she's too sexy and her brand doesn't fit my whatever because she's selling sex and everything is sex and sex and sex. So I say, if you're using that and I realize you're using that, I will show you how sexy I am with clothes on. You understand? So if you want to use that I too sexy because I'm dressing too sexy, I know will show you. Thank you for telling me this. Now maybe that is what I needed, because anyhow you take it, I have a child, and yeah, maybe I need to put something in my head about balance with sex, or maybe I'm dressing a bit too sexy. But don't think that I'm not going to be sexy if I put on clothes. So I'm going to put on some clothes, and let me see what you're going to say when my body prints and my things print out.
Oh Lord, here we go. Yeah.
I will tone it down. But don't come and let me hear you saying I too sexy for your brand.
Right.
That will be very off. You understand? That's something that I'm really confused about. I asked my manager about it, but he explained to me it was balance that I was lacking, right? So he said, if I come out sexy today, I needed to show tomorrow I'm not gone. I fully clothed, not sexy all the time, right? But when I do dress fully clothed, the views would be, let me say, so limited that nobody knows and sees it.
Oh, okay.
Because like Instagram even showing it to nobody.
Right.
And then when I come out the sexy, it have the 50,000 views, right? It blowing up. But when I do dress simple, casual, I would see it. I'll see the views low, and I would probably hide it and take it off. So all you're gonna see is the high views with the sex, whatever, sexy looking, whatever. So what I did now is I'm leaving it with the low views.
Yeah,
right?
be
Leave it to show the balance, right? I had a problem. I was confused about why they getting on so dread with me dressing sexy. What is the difference if I'm dressing very sexy to someone being praised about singing about sex? That's a question I want to know. Yeah. So if you have an artist that is blowing up, singing about sex, right? They're using curse words, explicit lyrics, and they're being praised. And when I dress sexy, I am being ridiculed.
Right. There's definitely a double standard that I've seen with females in general. Women have a difficult time because even like I used to hear female artists discuss, male artists who can go in the same pants all week.
Yeah.
During Carnival week.
Yeah.
It's the same jeans.
And you cannot do that as a female.
You have to change, and it has to be completely different.
Yeah.
Nails, everything.
I miss a nail a time, and I pose up. Then post me up on a big blog and circle my hand, zoom in my hand,
Are you
and
serious?
circle and say, so tell Jadel need help, Neil text, link Jadel, whatever. You understand?
Yeah.
They ain't gonna do that to me,
Yeah.
I'll be all in the same outfit, whatever. That's another thing. We females have it real hard. When people come and say,
man.
come out and do this and do that, and your hair, your face, your nails, your whatever, we have it way harder, and especially females who really want to make it and would go out and do some promo. They have to take a lot of money out of pockets to do it. But that's why I guess there's very, very few females ratio to males. I think that's the reason why. It's not for the weak. It's not for the weak, and you have to have the drive, and you just have to accept that it's gonna be harder than males. And don't study about that. Study about I am studying, staying in my lane, and I'm staying focused. If I have to take out money out of pocket, I have to do what I have to do to get myself, however it is.
And I mean, so for you, you've been with all of these challenges, you've been consistent, right?
Yes.
So for you, I'm curious, I mean, I guess the obvious answer that's come into my mind, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but to me, the obvious answer is going to be your daughter. But what keeps you going when that inspiration dips or these challenges arise? Like, what keeps that motivation to stay as consistent?
I know the reason why is I am a fighter, which I do pattern. I grew up real street. I had homeless times. I wasn't as privileged as a lot of people, and to me, I've had it the worst and the hardest in the game, right? That's my personal opinion. I am talking about me not getting family help, having to be living sitter, whereas it will have families that would be, if you have a kid, you could easily leave your kid by your mom.
Yeah, you have a village to support you, yeah.
None of that, you understand? And the thing about it is, when these people, they're not as ambitious, they live in their family, they get any support to go on a boat ride and party and drink, wasting their life away. Where you seeing progress from me, when you watch my child, you see progress because I'm going out to work, or I'm going to, bring in money. I'm working, I'm doing good things, and I'm making strides. And I would see me having to hold my 2-month baby in the studio recording, right? Because I'm not going to make no excuse and say, nobody to watch my child. Other people would say that, I can't go to the studio because they'll break down. Nobody to watch my child. Your girl coming out with your 1-month-old baby, holding that child, she's breastfeeding, I'll record that song from top to finish. No excuses, right? When I see the fight, I don't like the word fight, because fight is used by amateurs who can't understand when the song not good, right? They always quick to say, hey, they're fighting, but But I know the real reason, the real meaning of fight. I talking about songs that you're actually playing across the board already, and this team just pattern, you just see a dip and zero airplay from one particular radio station because some shot was called, because you fight, you're giving the other artists a little, they didn't want you to pass the other artists. It's what I talking about, real deep things has happened on the low that I could say what fight is, right? So when I see certain things happening and how nasty the game could be, I am one that does challenge. I was like, oh, that's what you're doing. That's what you're doing me. All right, I go show you. I'll be like, I go show you, right? And I will not sleep. I will not rest until, so if this radio station in play my song and all, you call some kind of, I will find a way to get it to at all costs. I won't back down. I won't sleep until it happens, right? And a lot of the times I'm fighting. I'm fighting, and I will, at the end of it all, no buts, no maybes, I may not be a monster, but I will be in the mix, and that's all I need. Once I'm in the mix, I will take it from there and do what I have to do on the stage to get myself popping, right? So all I know is that I'm consistent year after year, because I ain't taking no push out. You're not going to tell me I'm not going to be in the mix. 1 song, 2 or 3 have to be there. And this is my survival. You're not patting me down, no way, no form, no fashion. I go show you.
Right.
That's how it is.
Right.
That's my whole but I love what I do, and I don't think that it's fair for anybody to do me injustice, because I'm gonna fight back, and I have bills to pay, just like everyone else. This is my life, my survival. I have a child to mind, And I'm not gonna watch my child and have you do me whatever and then take bread out of my kid's mouth.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fight. So I know I could release songs, and I don't care what nobody say. I know my songs are sung very good, and it has the potential definitely to be in the mix and to be bigger than what it could be. Right? I just need the support, which is what I'm lacking. But I'm billing because I've found the way, and I know as long as I bring myself to the forefront and show myself to the people, I'm gaining the people love. You can't be the people. You understand? Because we don't really depend too much anymore on radio play. You need both. You need radio play, you need social media, but I'm working hard on the socials, and I've seen the people supporting is helping the thing increase.
Yeah.
Small strides, but I'm working at it. A lot of people would say, you need a monster, you're not a monster. They harass him about, I am no monster, I'm no monster, I'm no
Right.
monster. But who tell you I want a monster? Did I ask you? I just built a house with no monster. And I'm
Right.
not being bossy, but it's the fact. I just bought a 3-story investment property based on soca and not having a monster. This is me being consistent, being smart, being sciencing down the thing. Because I know fully well, if the way how my life is set up, I don't have help, right? I don't have family support. I don't have no setter support, period. If tomorrow, the next year, right, I don't have no song, I think things could, I don't have no support, right? So if I get a monster, most of the time, you're not able to answer back the next
okay.
year. You understand? Now, when you're consistent, they're not expecting so much of you the next year, right? They're not waiting for you and setting you up like a trap. Well, let me see what she coming with next year.
Right,
You understand? They're set up like a trap when it is you have a monster the next year. Because they want to see, that is just human nature. They want to see if it is, you could bring back anything close. They set like a trap, right?
Right.
I'm not able for that hit yet. You understand? Because I don't know if I get lucky. I've seen too much people turn out to be one-hit wonders and not able to sustain. I don't think I have the strength as yet to the monster, and you ain't sustain it the next year. How you gonna survive? Right? I think me, with my setup, I could survive on a consistent middle. You're not I'm not high up there and I'm not low. A consistency. You're not expecting too much of me. You set like a trap for the next. So I could still do my survival. I could still survive and stuff. Not where you're going from hero to zero.
Yeah, no, I understand what you mean.
And nothing the next year.
But you got to remember too, words have power. So don't tell yourself, like it's almost like you're blocking potential blessings. So that's one piece of advice. Like don't tell yourself, well, I don't want this because I know right now you're comfortable in what you're doing. But I would also say as an outsider, because it looks like you have support. For me outside, because I live in Toronto, I'm not in Trinidad.
I wish.
It looks like you have a lot of support. I hear your song on multitude of stations, right? Now you're in it, so you would know more.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying from the outside looking in.
Yeah, well, I mean, I must say I do get airplay. You can't say I don't get airplay.
Yeah.
Well, I know that, but I had to fight for it.
Okay.
You understand?
And it's not as much as, because as you gave me an example of
Levels.
You will hear the rhythm play and sometimes your song wouldn't be in that.
Yes, exactly.
Right. So I understand
Right.
if you're in it, so you would see some of those.
Right.
instances.
And I'm still learning. And next thing that could cause you to not get a big song. Let's say, right, if I put out one song and in my head I thinking this is a big song, but in the general masses it is not, right? And I decide to put out that one song and that song in hits, and me have no other song. My year gone.
Right.
Die doom and gloom.
Right.
You understand? So to secure myself and a spot in the whatever, that's my opinion, do at least 6 or 7 or 8 songs.
Okay.
Right?
So when you say science down the thing, you go into this knowing I'm going to release this amount of music and something must catch.
Something have to catch and I'm going to see. So I know some going to have to sacrifice. I'm going to have to sacrifice some of them because I've heard that I'm not the caliber of artist that we should play all Jadel 6 songs on the radio. You
Oh, I see what
understand?
you mean. So they look at the names.
Right?
So
yes.
like again, I'm not trying to call
Yeah.
out, but if you are a Marshall type
Yes,
of name,
yes.
they will play 6 of his.
Yes.
I understand what you're saying.
But
So,
I'm not the caliber of that whatever. They will tell you, choose one.
okay.
You understand? No, as I say, I cannot gamble and take that risk and put out one song and expect it to play and then it didn't play.
I see what you
Problems
mean.
going to
Right.
happen. I have to do and I have to secure. So 6, okay, let me hear how the radio is dealing with it. I'm going to mark it as much as I could, or to my very best, and let me see which one getting the most traction. Then I'm going to narrow it down, boil down, whatever, and I realize, okay, these 2. But sometimes this is a problem that I'm being faced. One radio station gonna choose one song and deal with it. Deal with it. But you need all the radio stations. So if this radio station choose one and its next radio station choose the next one.
Then
And the
what
next,
do
you're
Right.
not getting, none of these songs is getting the
It's not one
airspace to-
consensus. Yeah.
Yes.
There's a whole bunch of different ones.
Yes. And it's not like one playing on every single radio station.
Right.
Because it's getting cut. So let's say I have this song, let me say Jam Somebody, and it playing, and as soon as I release Medallion, Jam Somebody dip, because they didn't want to play Jam Somebody and Medallion.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So they decided to put down Jam Somebody and play Medallion. So it whereas if I did leave Jam Somebody,
It could
have gone up, whatever, right? And then Medallion, ting, then I'll come and release our next one, right? They say, oh, but this one bad too. Like, pardon, Medallion, Jam Somebody, and play this
Right.
one. Then we realized that it have this DJ on this 3 to 6 shift play Medallion, then the one for 6 to 9 play Jam Somebody, then whatever.
Oh, okay.
And none is going to get like the full, because you remember, all not going to get play on all 6 songs or 5 songs not from Jadel is not going to get play on a shift. That is the problem that I'll be faced with having many songs and all is good. Because if it is none, like it would be easier if probably 2, 3 wasn't good at all and it ain't playing, where it really boiled down to 2.
Right.
And then you could have a potential of that. But it's risky, and I've gotten all my songs are good. A lot of the DJs could not choose. And they even boil along and tell me, you have to choose. You have to choose.
Because you have to push one
Yeah.
so they can follow suit.
Yes.
I see what you mean.
And then sometimes I won't know, because I'm hearing this fan supporter is in love with Medallion. They obsess over that song. And they say, oh God, please, girl, anytime I so
Yeah.
then I want to push this. Then they say, nah, you see bubbling champion? That he
that
said,
one.
that is
Right,
that they
right.
want to go with. And nah, you see fitness with you and Trinidad Killer, die the tune.
Right.
Nah, I think Jam Somebody is the one. You know, but I taken it, at least everybody love it.
So-
but it won't, none of it will get the potential to be a monster if it is being rotated like that,
Okay. So for
piece
you,
by piece.
when you release so much music, how do you pick the one that feels the most authentic to you? Because if you're trying to relate to every single pocket of person out there who wants that one song, because everybody has a favorite, as you said,
Yeah,
right?
everybody
so
has a
how do you
favorite.
find that one that you decide?
It's hard. It's so
Okay.
hard. It's difficult. It's like coming to tell you have kids and choose one.
Choose your
you
favorite
understand?
child. Yeah, you can,
but
yeah.
because everyone was different. No, the let me say the Jam Somebody was the party.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Medallion was such a singy, groovy, slow, whatever. It had people that don't like party music and they want to play the songs in the car for streaming and whatever, and they call it touch the heart.
Mm-hmm.
And it touching my heart, so I love it, really love it. But I love to wine and jam, like a cardi side, then I have the power piece with the fitness, and then I have the bubbling shot. I'm like, I know myself, like, you know.
Right.
So maybe that could be my downfall, and I maybe need one time to just focus on one song. But it's like sometimes you just want to take that risk.
Right.
You
Okay,
understand?
so let's talk the 2026. 'Cause,
Yes.
I mean, it's still early now, but
Yeah.
right now you have Another Man,
And
Fiery.
That looking like if it's up in the charts.
Okay.
Which I didn't think it would have been. Because
Okay.
I put out Another Man to be more a social media song for TikTok. Another Man. If that man don't let you know where you stand, you better stand by another man, right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I thought it gonna be like just there, but when I see the radio picking up on it a lot, I was like, okay, then it seems that everybody resonating with it because the lyrics are so different. Look how I'm glowing. it prints out and it's showing. Now with my new man, because you mess it up and you know it. You know my body good, you know my body fit. But instead you level up, they talking, it's block, unblock. You run them around the clock. I fed up with all your stupidness, you doesn't know when to stop. You're begging me for a taste, can't get you off of my keys. So now I'm going and post them up and rub it all in your face. If that man don't let you know where you stand, you better stand by another man. But everybody
they run with that.
running with that, right? Because it's a salad. What Jadel saying there? Oh God, wheel. Right through. So the radio's dealing with that right now, right? But then I have I released Permission with GBM.
That was the R&B fusion.
Everybody was like, oh cool, where was this you all the time? Look at you vocals. That the tone, not a high tone all the time. Right? That the tone, the low. That is that my favorite, good Jadel, push that. Right?
And then you have Fiery.
Yeah, then Fiery. Then I hear, yo, that is a day. Die the tune. Forget the rest. Push that one.
And then you have the Ride.
Right. Then I now release the Ride. Everybody's going to forget about everything I said.
And then you have Tassaman for the chutney scene.
Exactly. But the chutney, I wanted to be crossover to the soca because I remember it had Indian girl.
Yeah.
And
Marshall
that
and
crossover.
Drupati.
Totally, and I believe in my song so much, and I believe Tassaman have the potential.
And this is you and Raymond.
Raymond Ramnarine to crossover. I really love that song.
Okay.
Like to dear to my heart. And I wanted to whatever. But I mean, I'm gonna push it really hard, but I know I need to be comfortable enough for the soca. When you're on pure rotation, you can turn your back and sleep and it running. And that is when I'll use the hype to bring in the chutney and the stuff. But for now,
and we're in what? Mid-December. Carnival is mid-February. Do you still have more releases, or is this done?
I have a release to come out soon, but I hold it back based on me wanting to be sure that these songs on the inside. So it is definitely getting a lot of rotation. Let me see. One particular radio station hold on to Permission from GBM, and the thing running like it ain't missing a shift. Right, but there is one station. It's playing on the others, but that one station hold on and it's telling me that is the tune. But then everybody's saying another man. Like I don't know. So
one is groovy, one is power, so you could balance the two.
I could balance it, but they sometimes they just don't want to give you that that caliber of artists to get all the songs played on all, even though it will be good. So you will know, let me say Permission will be good, but because you play Permission, you don't think that you should play another man as well on the same shift, because we already play one song from one, she not deserving of, 2 and 3.
So, it's one thing, because you've been mentioning hearing stuff in the different shifts, right? Do you have like 3 or 4 different radios playing to know what? How do you handle this?
That's exactly what I know. Put out a consent on the radio there. I had 2 radios. Your girl, I does real as Ramatalia, just push. I just set up my thing to front. When I wake up 6 a.m. in the morning, it's like, anxiety. I want to do my song play in that 6 to 9 shift. So this radio set up here, and this, if it's 9-6. Boom, slam. The phone, the online radio, on the phone, running. Right? And I sitting down here doing my work, and I listening to 3 simultaneously.
Wow.
And guess what? I have one in England. A friend in England, I say, you look onto this coach? All right. You look onto this one here. I go outside other people. I say, so you drive in your backseat, right? What station you look on to? Right, look on. If you hear my song, take a tape and let me know if you hear it in the shift or not. Right. So and let me know if it plays. So I will know if I need to up my game and run on social media and post something to whatever. Like I how me know Tisek, because I send my manager, I say today's Saturday. Saturday is the day for pumping. I say, make sure I post something, because I'm in the air, I'm in the airport, I'm traveling, I won't have surface. I come and reach to the hotel, nothing post yet. I get Tisek, and then I couldn't post because I had to run out and whatever. So I Tisek now because my manager ain't post nothing, and it's Saturday, and I don't know what's going on. You understand? That's why my mind just, I am not resting, I am not relaxing, I am grinding. You have to post one of the contents, because they need to see some traction, something on whatever, to say, hey, Jadel exists. Jadel have a great song. Another man. I ain't forget. You have to push. You have to push, you know. I know I'm not the biggest, you know, out there that they will go and draw for the people. When they come on the radio, they will remember we have to play this, that, and that, the tops. The ones that pay their dues and out 20 years now. People like me who now come out have to keep in your face. You have to stay in the face. You have to keep prominent and you have to keep giving reminders until it's set in stone. You understand?
So what advice would you give, like, especially, I want to say young artists, but even females in particular, coming up in this industry, right? Because this grind is different. We're in a social media age. And a lot of times, that's why even when you were mentioned earlier about the fight, I'm kind of like, I hear it and the support, but at the end of the day, you have a direct line to your fan base. There are people that love Jadel and want Jadel. So you have that direct line of communication.
Yes.
Right? So is there anything that you would tell somebody else who is now breaking into the game, a young artist who, as you said, may not have the same fight that you've had because you've had to learn that survival? How would you, I guess, encourage them or give them some kind of level of advice to show them what is needed within this business of soca?
I mean, I would have to show them my routes. I will have to let them know that, you know, it is better you come into this game and know how to write. Because I don't know if you're coming from a privileged family or if you have the resources to pay songwriters that are going to exploit you. So I suggest that you learn to write, right? If you have, however, you're blessed enough to have sponsors, it's so much of tricks to this. If you have the sponsors to pay great songwriters to take that risk, you still have to have a support and someone who will be genuine, who in the industry that is respected. Make sure you have a manager that is respected so that the songwriters at least will not exploit this artist, because you come in as a Susie or Susan or whatever name, and you go into this songwriter and he don't know who you is, he will exploit you, right? But if you come with a proper representation and you have that manager, that respected manager, deal with it, I think you will get through faster. I didn't have that. I've never had a proper manager in Trinidad. I have done all my managing, and my bookings myself until I found Julian Promos that kind of buffer certain things after, but
were you the first person that because I've known Julian's promo as the big YouTube page, right? So were you the first one that
the first one. And you know why he started managing me? It happened by default. It was where he realized that I have been someone who have always been humble, releasing songs that wouldn't get nothing, right? And I will always pay my money. And he say the bigger artists will come asking for free thing. He said, not once have I ever asked for anything free or blind. And I take him my losses and I coming back again and I pay him my money and I loss again, and he just start feeling sorry. He say, this girl, what they doing to this girl? This girl just, he say, you know what? I think it's had a year. I say, you know, send me the Western Union or the MoneyGram. Let me send you. He say, you know what? Call us Merry Christmas. I'm going to give you a thing. But he start to feel sorry because it's like, you're wasting your time, right? With these things. But then he realized I'm not stopping. And I did the audio engineering. I think I had the song Wrong Done Wrong. That is when I did audio engineering. I got Wrong Done Wrong because I was able to co-produce it, have the idea. So I did everything on my own. I had Rishi Mahatu do the final touches. So I wrote my song. I know what the mix supposed to sound like. I had the ear to know what the production supposed to sound like. And I did my thing. And I had no management. I'll lead up to what happened. Yes. I put my stuff on YouTube. It make like almost 2 million views for that video. Everything was my concept, lighted hula hoops. Mind you, I had no management, right? So after you were supposed to register your song and all these things and collect revenue from the money. So he asked me if you, Julian asked me, oh, congratulations, finally, he's so happy to see that finally that I make strides with the song Wrong Done Wrong, right? Finally, he say, you collected the money that you're supposed to, when you
From what,
register.
cuts, like the
yeah,
okay.
yeah, me, what is that? We even know about that because I don't have management and I don't know about these things. He says, so nobody tell you about you're supposed to collect and register and whatever. I say, well, I know about cut, but for dice for radio play, but I don't know about the streaming and the money that you make from streaming and whatever. So that's when he said he have a distribution company, Julian Promotes. I could sign up with and I'll be his first person that we could try and he will help me with the distribution since I do seem to have people around me advising me things. So he decided out of the kindness of his heart to help with the distribution. Now, the only way he could make as well with the distribution, you want to make sure that at least now I am still consistent after with the songs, right? So he asks, who am I working with? What is if I'm taking writers, if I'm writing my songs, who I say yes, I want to work with this one, that one, that one. Is there any links he could pull, like for me to get the contact for me because I'm not getting these people to answer and respond to me. The bigger heads, the producers and stuff. So that's where he came and started making the links with the producers in order for me to, because I'm already signed under his Julian distributions and stuff. So
and he would know who they are because a lot of them submit the stuff to him to post on.
Right. That's how it started. So it started by default and then we just started working together and he realizing that he just ended up doing a lot on that end that actually turned out to what managers supposed to do. Right? And he's helping, I'm doing, he's seeing I'm working, he's seeing I'm progressing, he's seeing success. He's seeing the drive. He's seeing nobody's helping and he don't want to see the talent go to waste. So he just end up by default and then he end up being my official manager. Yeah.
Listen, I've learned so much about you, doing this podcast. And I thank you for being so open and transparent because, a lot of times in this business, we always try to portray, look, soca music is a happy music. Everybody does get along, everybody's cool. Yeah. But to show us the other side of the challenges that you face, I thank you for being open about that.
And it's a lot. It's a lot. I've been really exhausted. But at the end of it all, I work for what I want and I will make sure that I get through and then I reap the benefits after Carnival. And people will just tend to think that it's an easy ride and they just see the glitz and the glams and they don't know what you went through. Yeah. And how hard you've been toiling and working. You understand? Like, as soon as I come off this podcast, I go in and tune in on your radio. I want to find out what went on. You understand?
What play?
Yeah, I want to know if Julian posts up the thing on Instagram.
I won't keep you much longer. But what is something that maybe the world doesn't know about Jadel that you would like them to know? Because I think, a lot of people would just look at you as this pretty face, as you mentioned, the sexy body thing, and there's no substance behind it. But clearly there's a lot, and everything you're doing is with intention, and I want to give you props for that. But for the audience, is there something that you want them to know about Jadel the artist?
Yeah, Jadel the artist is not I don't know if they think I'm uptight or whatever. I am so free-spirited, so humble, family-oriented, love my mom, my daughter. Yes, I'm sure people would see that. I take my child everywhere possible. She's in New York. I took her in New York yesterday because I don't ever want to be away from her. I just want to, I'm in this for the love and I am in it for the right reasons. I'm very much a great soul. I stay in my lane. I just want the support. But me as the artist, there's nothing really that I need them to know that they don't know. But I just want them to accept me and understand and see who I am and that I am not I think people think that I'm uptight or we're stuck up in some kind of way, and I'm like, oh,
But as you said, it's, I guess because they don't know the personality yet.
Yeah.
So the more that comes out, the more they'll see the playful,
I
fun side.
definitely not like that. If that is it. What you heard, it's not truth. Whatever it is.
So, okay, how about this? When people look at your journey, right? One day, let's say 10, 20 years from now, they look at the journey of Jadel. What do you hope that they say you stood for then?
I stood my grounds. I did not back down at all. I pushed through. I kept my integrity, my dignity, my character intact. People who know me know me. You understand? And they know I'm not this person where you would see going on after forced to do it, going on parties. They are the ones that are telling me you need to come out more. I would be more inside. I wanna spend time with my daughter. I wanna cook. I wanna you're gonna see me coming out to perform, and that's it. But it's not that I do want to be around people. I'm slightly. A little introvert, you know.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. As much as I might be looking brave and bold on a stage, shaking up in our tongues, you know, like nobody's business. I real shy. I just still got the goosebumps and like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
What am I doing? But I'm going to go and do it.
Okay.
But I'm totally misunderstood. And and that's why I wanna come out for 2026 and show more of myself, and let people understand and see the real me. And but there's nothing really much that I want somebody to know more than what you hear is not truth. I'm totally different. And soon you will learn and know. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for stopping by the Therapy Lounge. One thing quick though, you mentioned cook.
Yes.
So what would you say is your specialty? Is there something that somebody had a taste? If they taste in your hand,
yes.
What is that thing that is a win?
The is a tie. The Sunday lunch and the pilau.
Serious?
They say my pilau wicked. Yeah,
Okay,
that's why I make sure my pilau with coconut milk and I had the pumpkin, the carrots, the corn. I just do my potato salad. Yeah, different types. Yeah, I'll have the ones with the beetroot. I'll have the ones with the eggs. I know the ones with the chive. Sometimes I do some with apples in it and grapes. I have different types of potato salad.
Wait, you say potato salad with grapes?
Yeah, I have that too.
Ma'am, no, don't.
Yeah.
I was giving you ratings until you tell me that.
It have potato salad that have apples and grapes in it and beetroots and
where? In your house?
Trinidad.
Serious?
Yeah, like
Trinidad is
it's
that?
called
Okay.
gourmet. You know, gourmet.
Okay.
Yeah, I love to experiment and I like to go beyond. You know, I would make a pizza and the pizza crust would be pink. Yeah.
Pink pizza crust.
Yeah, and the pink pizza crust is very healthy. It will actually have beetroots in it. And for the people who
wicked.
like beetroots,
Okay.
it will be, I could do different cauliflower crust pizza.
Okay.
You understand? I would do stuff like that. Things that are different. I would rather do, if I'm doing macaroni pie, I'll do cassava pie.
Okay.
I'll do dashing pie, green fig
How much
pie,
people you cooking
yam
for?
pie, sweet potato pie, plantain and sweet potato pie with shepherd's pie. I just love to experiment
Okay.
stuff. If I do in meat, right, I will go, instead of putting water, I'll put beer in it.
Really?
Yeah. So instead of every time I dry down, you put some beer.
Oh, okay.
So it's cooked with alcohol and coconut milk and stuff and highly seasoned.
Yeah.
I don't play with my shadow benny and stuff. So yeah, I just cook, but I like it to be exotic. It mustn't taste. I can't deal with the bland taste. I like what
Okay.
thing tastes and exquisite. You ever eat that? Like meat with that cooked in beer?
I mean, I've seen people do that. I personally haven't done that, but
Yeah.
I've seen people do that for
And
sure.
it has a distinct taste.
Yeah, especially for like barbecue and stuff.
Yeah.
They just have a marinade. And
I will
liquor.
want to cook with the wine and the red wine and the
Okay.
white wines and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
That's my
Yeah,
I
get to
love
know.
that. Yeah.
So I'm giving you more content pieces. You see that? You show them the grapes and apples.
Yes.
And we'll put it in the comments and see if that take off. You will get real
Exactly.
views for that. Real views.
For sure. When you see that, you're not feeling that great. You're feeling that great, so I guarantee it is really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for stopping by the Therapy Lounge. And remember, for everybody, follow Jadel on social media.
Yes.
What are all the accounts?
Call me Jadel, CALLMEJADEL. Jadel, spell it well. No mix up. One Jadel, never two. Understand? And
Look
also
where
I'm
you started
rebranding
here today.
myself. Jadel Legere. I'm adding my surname towards it, so it won't have no
Oh, yeah,
mix
I
up
did
as
notice that. Now, when you send out the music, yeah, your surname is on it.
well. Yeah.
Oh.
Jadel Legere.
Okay, so you're doing that officially now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not just Jadel.
What is the reason to do that? Just to
Well,
differentiate and make it
Yes.
about you? Okay.
Yes, exactly. I think it's needed. Because a lot of artists do carry both, it have Fian Lyons, Bungie Carlin, Patrice Roberts, Marshall Montano, cast different. You say cast, but you still know his surname, right?
So you think Bungie's
Nadia
surname is
Batson.
Garland? Is that what you just told me there?
But no, it's not,
I
but
tease
it
it, I
still have
tease it.
two.
Yeah, I tease it.
Nadia Batson, Nessa Preppy,
Preppy
it
is not
has
she's
all of
surname
them.
either, but yeah.
All of them have the two.
yeah.
And I think it stands out more, right? And you'll know that person more than that just one, and then look at I had the one and it mixing up with all kind of mixing.
Yeah, but it's funny when
Weirdness.
you always look at it as the opposite, because some people that have the two names say, you get through when it's a one name. Like, it's not Whitney Houston, you know her as Whitney. It's not Mariah Carey, you know her as Mariah. So you hear that, in the pop world. It's like that one strong name. But anyway, regardless, it is Jadel. Thank you so much.
Yes.
We're going to know you by the two names. And of course, everyone is just going to call you Jadel.
They still
love
call
you,
me
they
Jadel,
support
but
you,
they
yeah.
still know the Legere still there.
Yeah.
Yes.
So thank you once again for stopping by the Therapy Lounge.
Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.